Hello friends, today's topic is chemistry of amino acids and proteins. Subtopic is deficiencies. Objective: on completion of this period, you would be able to know about protein deficiency, diseases, nutritional deficiency, kwashiorkor, marasmus, nutritional edema, genetic disorders, phenylketonuria, alkaptonuria, albinism, tyrosinosis, etc. Amino acids. Amino acids are a group of organic compounds containing two functional groups, amino and carboxyl. The amino group minus NH2 is basic, while the carboxyl group minus COOH is acidic in nature. There are about 300 amino acids occur in nature. The proteins are composed of L-alpha amino acids. Recap: the last class we discussed elaborately on sources of proteins, protein requirements and quality, biological value of proteins, methods of estimation of biological value. Protein deficiency diseases. Human body needs to consume the sufficient amount of protein on daily basis. Lacking of sufficient intake of protein may cause many health complications. This short review aimed to assess the perceptions of various researchers available in the shape of literature about the health complications caused by low intake of protein. Based on available literature, the researcher arrived at conclusion that insufficient of protein may cause various health problems such as kwashiorkor, marasmus, impaired mental health, edema, organ failure, wasting and shrinkage of muscles tissues, and weakness of immune system. Protein deficiency. According to Rosendahl, protein deficiency is a disorder of blood coagulating. The individual with the protein deficiency are at high risk of developing abnormal blood coagulation. The person with moderate protein deficiency is at risk of deep vein thrombosis, which occurs in deep veins of extremities. Health complication caused by protein deficiency. Protein is a nutrient that is basic for the development, upkeep and repair of all your body's cells. Body can't make do without this supplement. Neglecting to devour enough protein can have various negative symptoms and eventually promotes demise. The author further stated the following health complication caused by low intake protein. Believe it or not, 1 in 7 school-aged kids in the US don't get enough protein daily. That number is not too shocking when you learn that 30% of their total daily calories come from low nutrient snacks, desserts and candy. If your child is not getting enough protein, it can lead to more serious side effects down the road. As a matter of fact, this essential micronutrient is so important for kids that it affects very single part of the body. Protein provides important essential amino acids that contribute to the mental and physical health of your child. Without enough protein in their diet, your kid may experience the symptoms below in the chart: fatigue, lack of concentration, slowed growth, lowered immunity, and more. First, get familiar with the minimum daily protein recommendations for your child's age and also be aware of the signs and symptoms below. Then look for easy, delicious way to provide protein for kids throughout the daily, like these fun protein inspired snacks. If you aren't sure where you to start, you can talk to your pediatrician, a registered dietitian for advice, or call Abbott Feeding Expert Line for general nutrition guidance. Dietary deficiency diseases. In children, two types of dietary deficiencies are noticed: marasmus kwashiorkor. Protein deficiency disease, protein deficiency, particularly in early childhood, is regarded as the disease. The qualitative and quantitative deficiency of proteins in children results in the disease Kwashiorkor. It appears most commonly in children between the ages of 1 to 4 years. The protein and other nutritional deficiencies, especially in infants below 1 year, is called marasmus. To differentiate it from kwashiorkor. In adults, the protein deficiency disease is very rare as proteins are no longer required for growth, but long continued deprivation of proteins may result in nutritional edema. Protein deficiency disease. Various diseases are caused by the dietary deficiency of proteins and amino acids. Some diseases are caused by abnormal metabolism of proteins. Dietary deficiency of proteins. Deficiency of protein in diet procedures. Two important diseases in children. They are kwashiorkor and marasmus. Kwashiorkor, it is disease of protein energy. Marasmus. Marasmus is a form of several malnutrition characterized by energy deficiency. It can occur in anyone with severe malnutrition but usually occurs in children. Body weight is reduced to less than 60% of the normal accepted body weight for the age. Marasmus occurrence increases prior to age 1 year, whereas kwashiorkor occurrence increases after 18 months. It can be distinguished from kwashiorkor in that kwashiorkor is protein deficiency with adequate energy intake, whereas marasmus is inadequate energy intake in all forms, including protein. This clear-cut separation of marasmus and kwashiorkor is, however, not always clinically evident, as kwashiorkor is often seen in a context of sufficient caloric intake and mixed clinical pictures called marasmic kwashiorkor are possible. Protein wasting in kwashiorkor generally leads to edema and ascites, while muscular wasting and loss of substance fat are the main clinical sign of marasmus. Marasmus it occurs in children in the second 6 months of life. It occurs due to a diet very low in protein and calories. It occurs due to early termination of breastfeeding and feeding with very dilute cow's milk. The features are: first, the child is very thin with subcutaneous fat. Muscles are severely wasted. Head is large and limbs are thin like sticks. Weight of the child is greatly reduced. Unlike kwashiorkor, there is no edema. 6. Also there is diarrhea. Also there is diarrhea and dehydration. Marasmus is treated in the same way as kwashiorkor, providing a diet rich in protein. Causes of marasmus. Nutrient deficiency is the main cause of marasmus. It occurs in children that don't ingest enough protein, calories, carbohydrates, and other important nutrients. This is usually due to poverty and a scarcity of food. There are several types of malnutrition. A malnourished child may have something other than marasmus. Among the more common type of malnutrition are seriously deficiency in iron, iodine, zinc, and vitamin A. Marasmus symptoms. Symptoms of marasmus. The main symptoms of marasmus is being underweight. Children with this condition have lost a lot of muscles mass and subcutaneous fat. Subcutaneous fat is the layer of fat just under the skin. Dry skin and brittle hair are also symptoms of marasmus. In children with marasmus, the following can also occur: chronic diarrhea, respiratory infections, intellectual disability, stunted growth. Seriously malnourished children may look older and have little to no energy or enthusiasm for anything. Marasmus can also make children short-tempered and irritable, but this is usually a more common symptom of kwashiorkor. Causes of marasmus. Nutrient deficiency is the main cause of marasmus. It occurs in children that doesn't ingest enough protein, calories, carbohydrates, and other important nutrients. This is usually due to poverty. There are several types of malnutrition. A malnourished child may have something other than marasmus. Risk factors of marasmus. Growing up in a developing country is a risk factor of marasmus. Areas that have famine or high rates of poverty have higher percentages of children with marasmus. Nursing mothers may be unable to produce enough breast milk due to malnutrition. This affects their babies. Viral, bacterial, and parasites infections can cause children to take in too few nutrients. Regions with high disease rates and insufficient medical care may also have other factors that reduce the chances of people having enough food to eat. How is marasmus diagnosed? A doctor can may often make a preliminary diagnosis of marasmus through a physical exam. Measurements such as height and weight can help determine whether a child has marasmus. When those measurements are well below the measurements that a highly child of a particular age should have, marasmus may be the cause. A lack of motion and a malnourished child may also help confer diagnosis of marasmus. Children with the condition tend to take the energy or will do to anything. Marasmus is difficult to diagnose using blood tests. This is because many children with marasmus also have infections that can affect blood test result. This is second part of symptoms. Initial treatment of marasmus often includes dried skim milk powder mixed with boiled water. Later, the mixture can also include a vegetable oil such as sesame, casein, and sugar. Casein is milk protein. The oil increases the energy content and density of the mixture. Once a child starts to recover, they should have a more balanced diet that meets their nutritional needs. If dehydration is a problem because of diarrhea, Rehydration should also be a priority. A child may not necessarily need fluids delivered intravenously. intravenously. Oral hydration may be sufficient. Infections are common among children with marasmus, so treatment with antibiotics or other medications is standard. Treating infections and any other health issues can help give them the best chance of recovery. What is outlook? With proper the nutrition and medical care, the outlook can be a positive one. Relief workers can provide food and health care to regions where marasmus and other malnutrition problems are common. The best outcomes occur when a child's parents or guardians know about the importance of nutrition and how to prepare foods properly. Healthy weight gain and growth can resume fairly quickly once a child with marasmus starts consuming more calories, protein, carbohydrates, other nutrient. Kwashiorkor. Malnutrition produced by a severely inadequate amount of protein in the diet. Protein malnutrition or kwashiorkor is mostly found in people living in geographical areas that have limited food resources. It's most commonly seen in children whose diets are low in protein and calories. Kwashiorkor is a condition resulting from inadequate protein intake. Early symptoms include fatigue, irritability, and lethargy. As protein deprivation continues, one sees growth failure, loss of muscle mass, generalized swelling, edema, and decreased immunity. A large protuberant belly is common. Symptoms of kwashiorkor: skin lesions and extensive edema are prominent symptoms. Patches of hyperpigmentation and ulceration are seen in buttocks, perineum, and legs. Edema of feet partly due to fall in serum albumin. Hypoglycemia and microcytic anemia, depigmentation of hair and loss of hair. loss of appetite due to atrophy of pancreatic intestinal digestive enzyme, fall in plasma cholesterol, triglycerides, lipoproteins are also seen in kwashiorkor. Brain development and mental capacities are impaired. Kwashiorkor children saw reduced capacities in audio-visual tests and verbal performance tests. Phenylketonuria is an inborn error of metabolism that results in decreased metabolism of the amino acid phenylalanine. Untreated PKU can lead to intellectual disability, seizures, behavioral problems, and mental disorders. It may also result in a musty smell and lighter skin. A baby born to a mother who has poorly treated PKU may have heart problems, a small head, and low birth weight. Phenylketonuria is a genetic disorder inherited from a person's parents. It is due to mutations in the PAH gene, which results in low level of the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. This results in the buildup of dietary phenylalanine to potentially toxic levels. It is autosomal recessive, meaning that both copies of the gene must be mutated for the condition to develop. There are two main types: classic PKU and variant PKU. Depending on whether any enzyme function remains, those with one copy of mutate gene typically do not have symptoms. Many countries have newborn screening programs for the disease. Treatment is with a diet low in foods that contain phenylalanine and special supplements. Babies should use a special formula with a small amount of breast milk. The diet should begin as soon as possible after birth and be continued for life. People who are diagnosed early and maintain a strict diet can have normal health and a normal lifespan. Effectiveness is monitored through periodic blood tests. The medication saponin dihydrochloride may be used in some. Phenylketonuria affects about 1 in 2000 babies, 12,000 babies. Males and females are affected equally. The disease was discovered in 1934 by Elvar Asbjørn Folling, with the importance of diet determined in 1953. Gene therapy, while promising, requires a great deal more study as of 2014. Signs and symptoms. Untreated PKU can lead to intellectual disability, seizures, behavioral problems, and mental disorders. It may also result in a musty smell and lighter skin. A baby born to a mother who has poorly treated PKU may have heart problems, a small head, and low birth weight. Because the mother's body is able to break down phenylalanine during pregnancy, infants with PKU are normal at birth. The disease is not detectable by physical examination at that time because no damage has yet been done. Newborn screening is performed to detect the disease and initiate treatment before any damage is done. The blood sample is usually taken by a heel prick, typically performed 2 to 7 days after birth. This test can reveal elevated phenylalanine levels after 1 or 2 days of normal infant feeding. If a child is not diagnosed during the routine newborn screening test and a phenylalanine restricted diet is not introduced, then phenylalanine levels in the blood will increase over time. Toxic levels of phenylalanine and insufficient level of tyrosine can interfere with infant development in ways which have permanent effects. The disease may present clinically with seizures, hypopigmentation, excessively fair hair and skin, and a must odor to the baby, sweat and urine. Due to phenylketonuria, a carboxylic acid produced by the oxidation and phenylketonuria keton. In most cases, a repeat test should be done at approximately 2 weeks of age to verify the initial test and uncover any phenylketonuria that was initially missed. Untreated children often fail to attain early developmental milestones, develop microcephaly, and demonstrate progressive impairment of cerebral function. Hyperactivity, EEG, abnormalities, and seizures, and severe learning disabilities are major clinical problems later in life. Characteristics must or mousy, musty or mousy odor on the skin as well as a predisposition for eczema persist throughout life in the absence of treatment. In general, however, outcomes for people treated for PKU are good. Treated people may have no detectable physical, neurological, or developmental problems at all. Phenylketonuria. In the absence of enzymes, phenylalanine is converted into phenylpyruvic acid and phenyl acetic acid. Phenylacetic acid so produced conjugate with glutamine in the liver and extracted as phenylglutamine in urine. Due to deficiency of tyrosine metal retardation, its treatment is to administer phenylalanine free diet. Alkaptonuria, one of the disorders of intermediate protein metabolism. In the normal individual, homogenetics acid is formed from phenylalanine and tyrosine is oxidizes. In alkaptonuria, homogenetics acid is not oxidized but extracted in urine. Patient urine turns dark and sometimes it is fermented to dark. If the disease is prolonged, pathological changes take place in joints, arthritis, and disease of heart valves. Summary: in this period, we have discussed the following: protein deficiency diseases, protein metabolic disorders, symptoms of above disease and disorders. Thank you very much. Have a good day.